Americans and future Americans, welcome to a brand new video. I'm very excited for this one personally as an American and Canadian citizen. I'm very excited to tell you that without a shadow of a doubt, Canada is 120% cooked. They've lost the plot. They are cooked. So cooked, it's sad. China owns Canada. Canada's beefing with America. Canada has 0 cards. They're losing. They're humiliated. They're lame, gay, and pathetic. They will be renamed Gay Dakota when they become the 51st state. It's happening. It's happening in our lifetime, whether you like it or not. Let me introduce you to some facts. Canada, for years, had a 263% tariff on chicken, 179% on turkey, 175% on butter, 165% for dairy spreads, etc., etc. Canada has always been a bad friend to the United States. I know. Kind of a crazy way to say that, because America gave Canada lots of shit, lots of military stuff, lots of trade. Basically, America kind of finances Canada, and Canada's been a little bit of a bitch about it, not even gonna lie. Now, I know that this is a bit of a hot take, but for my dear friend Canadians that are watching this video, all of them are probably named Pierre. You might be incredibly polite, Pierres, but I'll be realistic for a second. Smiling on the outside when it's only a facade and you're tariffing America, and then you make up this whole victimized bullshit about how, oh, America's tariffing Canada, but we were such good allies. I can't believe it. That's crazy. Meanwhile, fucking Carney, the current dictator of Canada, is basically a puppet of the Chinese government, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. Canada's cooked, and we're going to dive a little deeper into the levels of cooked that we're talking about. So, to be clear, when Trump launched his initial tariffs, he's like, all right, tariffs to everyone, giant balls, 7 swing states, all the 75 new states of America. You know the drill, he says it all the time. When he launched the tariffs, immediately, Japan, Korea, the UK, Switzerland, etc., they all immediately tried to negotiate. These 6 countries immediately conceded. They dropped their tariffs to a large degree. The only 2 countries that retaliated to Trump's tariff war was China. They didn't get the memo. Xi Jinping did not learn the art of the deal. He should have read a little more. And Canada, America's greatest ally. So, miss me with that shit. Fine, I won't buy your products. Well, okay. Not buying yours. Currently, America is the biggest consumerist country on the planet. People in America buy lots of shit. All right, so if America's not doing business with China, realistically, that shit hurts China a lot more than it hurts America. Now, it'll hurt America's top 10% that does business with China. However, it'll hurt the entire Chinese economy because America is the largest consumerist economy in the world. Realistically, Canada didn't get the memo. This is Carney, the current sort of prime minister, sort of dictator of Canada. He's in charge of the country, despite not being elected, which is kind of fucked up, especially when this guy calls Trump a fascist Hitler, king of all mankind or something. So let's hear what he had to say about the tariff wars.
Canada is ready to take a leadership role in building a coalition of like-minded countries who share our values.
Oh, you kill me, Carney! Oh, yeah, Canada's taking a leadership role of like-minded countries. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Your biggest export is snow, brother! What are you gonna do, dog? There's the great Canadian military of 4 guys on sleds with fucking sharpened sticks, 2 guys on horseback with muskets, and a single plane. What, if the Canadian military is gonna take a leadership role? Anyway, Trump immediately dropped tariffs to 10% after about a week of scaring the entire planet. Every single country is back on the negotiating table because, unfortunately, everyone needs America. And Canada, it doesn't make you look strong to make believe you're not a bitch.
We believe in international cooperation.
So then why was Canada tariffing America for years? I hate the fake niceness. Fake niceness is fucking infuriating. It's so annoying. We're best friends. We should treat each other like best friends. I care deeply about you. How dare you tariff me? I mean, yeah, we've been tariffing you for like the last 50 years, but like, whatever. I mean, that's just ancient history, right? You're the asshole. I'm the victim. Bad America. Trump fascist. Hitler.
We believe in the free and open exchange of goods, services, and ideas.
Yeah, Carney? Yeah? You believe in the free open services, so drop your tariffs. I guarantee you, if Canada would drop all their tariffs on America, America would drop all their tariffs on Canada. However...
And if the United States no longer wants to lead, Canada will.
Oh my God. Bro, stop. And you know the craziest thing? There's a couple Canadians that are falling for this bullshit. They're like, yeah, brother, we will take in charge of the world, hosers. I'm sorry, but I like this hoser. Yeah, he tries so hard, man. He tries so hard. I respect it, but like, come on, man. I don't really respect it. I was kidding. So, Thomas Massie, for those of you that are unaware, this is a U.S. representative. He said, in 2015, Congress repealed country of origin labeling requirements for beef and pork. I voted to keep the labels, but most of Congress voted to remove labels because of HTO ruling in favor of Canada and Mexico. If we're in a trade dispute now, I say put the labels back on our food. This is like such a wildly petty thing, and I support it completely. I love pettiness in politics. Pettiness is awesome. Pettiness is great. It shows you that you're not gonna be pushed around. You're not taking this that seriously, and it is a gigantic power move. I fully support this. I think it's hilarious. I don't know why this is here, but suspiciously, this is a man in Iraq showing off his 9-year-old child bride. Suspiciously, there is a lot of immigration in Canada, but pay no attention to that, because that's fucked up. No one wants to think about the reality of life. To show you how cooked Canada currently is, though, in other regards, because they've lost the plot entirely in regards to politics, this is an elementary school in Montreal that had approval from their teacher to get an instruction from Hamas supporters on how to participate in their protests. Dude, what?
Everyone, put your hands. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Like unbelievable. And Canada supports this, taking a elementary school class to a protest? Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Like, it is wild. It is so wild every time. So, Pierre Poilievre, he is who I believe is by far, the greatest candidate to become the next Prime Minister of Canada. Unfortunately, because Canada is so captured by Trump bad syndrome, I'm afraid it's not looking great for him right now, but I really hope shit turns around. So it turns out Elon Musk is supporting him a lot, which is a very good sign. His response to the Elon Musk supporting him situation might be one of the best responses of any politician ever.
Mr. Poilievre, Elon Musk seems to be a fan.
Also, his name is Pierre. Just felt like that would be important to mention.
Of yours, he tweeted a 100% emoji recently in response to a tweet that says, Pierre Poilievre is extremely impressive. He should be Canada's next leader. The sooner, the better.
True.
I'm wondering what you think.
You're right.
Think of this, and do you accept his endorsement? In French and English, please.
Well, first of all, my 3-year-old has just told me that he wants to go to Mars. So it's.
I love how he responds to questions.
I guess Mr. Musk would be the right guy to put him in touch with.
I love how he answers questions, because you know that the reporter that asked him this did not ask it in good faith. What the fuck does that mean? Do you accept his endorsement? What, a guy with 300 million followers wants him to be prime minister? What's he supposed to say? Fuck you? It's such a stupid question, and I respect the fact that he disrespected the question so much. He answered like a petty motherfucker. That is awesome. He couldn't keep a straight face. He tried.
The right guy to put him in touch with.
I love space.
The fact is that it'd be nice if we could convince Mr. Musk to open some of his factories here in Canada.
At a time where everyone is bombing fucking Tesla factories and Tesla dealerships, this man is caring about jobs coming to Canada. Canada actually manufacturing shit. That is the correct answer. It is undeniably the correct answer.
create some jobs, high-paying jobs for our people.
No shit.
I think Tesla, his company, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest automotive company in the world. Wouldn't it be nice if we were producing more without corporate welfare, without corporate subsidies, like the Liberals favor?
Isn't it nice that he's answering the question in a way that completely invalidates the question? The question was, do you accept the endorsement? Obviously, Elon Musk is a controversial guy. So asking if he accepts the endorsement is a very loaded question. Pierre answers by saying, you don't want jobs and high-paying work to come into Canada? Like, it shuts the question down.
We had more of that production here in Canada. I think that would be fantastic. So if I ever get a chance to meet Mr. Musk, what I would say is, how do we make this an economy where we bring home hundreds of billions of dollars of investment to Canada so that our people get the paychecks? And why is it that after 9 years of NDP Liberals, it's Americans that are getting all the paychecks and all the growth? What?
So for those of you that don't speak Canada, the NDP Liberals are like the big environment people. Environment, always about the environment. There are no Tesla manufacturing plants in all of Canada. What were they doing?
What is it that NDP Liberals have done wrong to drive these hundreds of billions of dollars out of our country? That is the question that all Canadians should be asking. And when I'm Prime Minister, there's going to be massive. This is the message that I have for the Americans, by the way. The days of us just handing over our businesses and our jobs because of our economic vandalism by this big, fat, money-hungry government in Ottawa are over.
He's right. Shut down, make your own DOGE. Make your own DOGE. We are calling it POGE, the Pierres of government deficiency. We are calling it POGE, and POGE will purge the world of the posers.
We're going to have a fierce free market economy that competes with every country on earth.
I love how he says that, because as it stands right now, Canada's like half subsidized by America. This was such a good response. It was such a good response.
We're going to bring it home.
God, dude, this man needs to fucking win. If he doesn't win, Canada's done. Canada's cooked. His competition is Carney, who, I have no idea why Chyna likes me. Also Carney. Weird, as Rachel Ziegler once said. Anywho, someone linked me this video from the liberal hive mind. Canada will never recover. So I immediately decided we have to watch it. So, yeah, Canada, 120% cooked, as the wise man once said.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind.
Meme of the day. No, it's Trump cat. Okay.
Channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left.
There's a lot
Canada
of
is doomed, man. I don't think I've
Oh, man, Canada is doomed. He's so right. Oh, man.
ever seen such a slow motion train wreck in my life.
120% cooked.
I mean, I genuinely feel bad. What an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah, Canada used to be cool, okay? And, like, do war crimes and shit. And now there's just a bunch of guys named Pierre eating poutine. What happened? They used to be cool and based and violate the Geneva Convention, okay? They're the reason why there is a Geneva Convention. Damn.
We are currently seeing. The Canadian body politic has seemingly embraced such a cynical, delusional stance. They've been—
Yeah, Canada, you know how there's a deep state that manipulates people in America? Canada is all deep state. There is no one that's not deep state in Canada. There is so much like woke bullshit.
Been so captured by their Trump derangement syndrome, they've genuinely put their hatred of Donald Trump cynically above all else.
They're right. That's true. 100% correct. You are literally 100% right. People in Canada, like, you know how in America, when there was the whole Trump versus Kamala shit, and it was like, who would you vote for, Kamala or Trump? And they would be like, Kamala. And it's like, why? And it's like, well, because I don't like Trump. Canada's the same thing, except Trump isn't even a candidate. They'll vote for Carney over Pierre Poilievre just because Carney hates Trump more. That's how lame it is, bro. Why are you voting for Carney? Because I don't like Trump. Why the fuck does that do with that? Why are we here only to suffer? Come on, Canada.
Above the interest of the nation and its people.
Literally.
It's the most wild thing I've ever seen. Donald Trump simply came in and said, hey, we got to work on the border here. We've also got to do—
Yeah, you don't understand. Pierre Poilievre was in the lead in the polls, and then Trump showed up, and then Trudeau stepped down, got replaced by a dictator, And the dictator was just like, yeah, Trump bad. We'll lead the known world, guys. It'll be great. Us in China. China. We love China. Hi, homies. It's Tony.
Fair reciprocal trade, you're hitting us with tariffs while we're literally subsidizing your existence and
It's true. Say please and thank you, Zelenskyy.
your security, and they've completely lost their minds, the nation, plunging into a collective state of Karenhood,
Yeah.
totally
It is. It's a country of Karens. You can't even make this shit up, bro.
freaking unhinged. It really seems like Canada is going through another pandemic here. They've caught the worst strain of Trump derangement syndrome I think ever seen, and it's turning their government and
Honestly, I think it's the whole 51 state thing. Like, the 51st state shit is hilarious. I love it personally. I think it's very, very funny. But Canadians, the fear-mongering in Canada is crazy. The fear-mongering, like, you think leftist media fear-mongers in America? Bro, in Canada, they're telling you that they're gonna go to war, that America's gonna conquer by force. Okay? You don't understand. You've never seen fear-mongering like 4 French people in a barber shop.
in this latest election into a complete clown show. Let's have that conversation, shall we? We got some stuff to get into, so let's
right.
roll the tape. Trump. That's all you ever hear.
Yeah.
It seems just like the last 2 American elections, this current Canadian election seems to be all about Trump.
It's true. It's literally the same shit. Trump derangement syndrome is so bad. All of gay Dakota is so cooked.
Rather, I guess, how much they hate Trump. We got these slimy politicians. Instead of doing what's best for their country and their people, they seem to be getting caught up in this pathetic pissing contest to see who can hate Donald Trump the loudest, who can stand up to the evil orange man better than the next guy.
But the thing is, because the media in Canada does such a good job about brainwashing people that their way of life is ending. Like, you don't understand. They're like, do you want to go in medical debt? No? Well, then you must really be scared when Trump invades Canada. And then, once that happens, the Canadians are like, all right, who's going to do a better job thwarting evil orange man? And that's what the current Canadian elections are all about.
It's as if Trump hatred has become this enshrined Canadian value, and the
true.
political class has fully convinced themselves that bashing Trump is how you win votes, even if it means burning your country into the freaking ground. It's absolutely wild to me, and both candidates seem to be doing it. Instead of sitting down at the table and saying, hey, let's work out a deal, they've adopted the strategy of throwing a freaking tantrum and
right.
threatening economic war.
right.
We are in an economic crisis that's
Oh, fuck, dude. Every time this guy speaks, it just hurts. It hurts even more inside.
brought on by the tariffs that have been put on Canada. This is the second time in less than 8 years that the United States has, in effect, ripped up a trade agreement with its closest trading partner that it negotiated in good faith.
I love how he says good faith like 6 times, like it changed shit. Bro, not only do you look like Palpatine, but you're acting like him. God damn.
President Trump has just announced a series of measures that are going to fundamentally change the international trading system.
Like, do you see what I mean? Every single time he speaks, it's fear-mongering how Trump is gonna ruin Canada forever.
We're going to fight these tariffs with
Oh my god. And that's what he's running on. He's running on being like, I'll fight for the world against Trump. That's the only thing he has going for him. Canada's gotten so cooked by Trudeau. And this guy's just Trudeau too. Except slightly less gay and a little more anti-Trump.
countermeasures. We are going to protect our workers, and we are going to build the strongest economy.
Yeah, Canada's gonna build the strongest economy. They'll export Eskimos, bro. The Eskimos, they're gonna cook, bro.
Reshaping, disrupting, really, the international trading system that we've known all our lives.
The entitlement of standing there and having 300% tariffs on some dairy products and saying, how dare Trump uproot the deal that we all had together for so long. The audacity and entitlement, man.
And rupturing the global
He is a living South Park Canadian.
economy. And we must respond with purpose and with force. We will fight the U.S.
With force?
tariffs.
What do you mean with force? What does that even mean? Oh, we're gonna send polar bears at Donald Trump. The polar bears are gonna get him. Yeah, you know how many moose we have in Canada? Oh shit, you don't want to mess with a moose?
With retaliatory trade actions of our own
Yeah,
that
like
will
what?
have maximum
Like what, dude? What retaliatory trade actions are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? You have no cards, bro.
Impact in the United States. We will target those tariffs where they have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact in Canada.
I want to start by condemning the unjustified and unprovoked tariffs that President Trump has now announced.
Yeah, I think that's a bad move on his part. I feel like Pierre got poilievre over here. He got a little swept into the anti-Trump ride. That's an L.
Against our auto sector. These tariffs will damage his workers and his economy, just as they will damage ours. We must retaliate and target goods and services that we don't need.
It became an arms race. Who could be more anti-Trump?
Can buy elsewhere or make ourselves to maximize the impact on the Americans while minimizing the impact on ourselves. We should address yet another unfair attack on our economy from the U.S. president. The president is betraying America's closest friend and attacking our economy, proving once again that...
Dude, it's such a cringe maneuver, calling yourself America's closest friend when there's a trade deficit and when you are tariffing America.
Canada must end its era of overdependence and weakness. We must be an economic fortress. We are.
Well, he's right about that, by the way. That he's right about. That Canada needs to start actually picking shit up themselves.
Standing up to the Americans with a Canada First reinvestment tax cut that will bring tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars of investment into our economy to create an economic fortress against the unjustified and unfair threats of Donald Trump.
It's absolutely wild to me, especially how it's happening on both sides. I mean, this Pierre guy, he's supposed to be a conservative
That's
candidate.
the craziest part. Pierre's good, but I feel like, I think he vastly miscalculated, in my opinion. I think that realistically, so many people in Canada got manipulated by the fear-mongering. If he wouldn't have said something against Trump, he would have lost the entire Canada base because of how retarded just the vast majority of people actually are. These aren't people that are... You have to realize, okay, if you're American, you're looking at this from the perspective of an American. If you're Canadian, you probably don't even know that Canada has tariffs on America because no one in the news is going to talk about it. If you're Canadian, you don't even know that you're tariffing America 300% on fucking milk. You have no clue. You just see politicians saying Trump is taking advantage and prices are going up. So of course you're going to believe them. And since they have no idea that Canada's been treating America unjustly, they feel abused. So how could the politicians go against just what the actual basic people believe? It's like they're trying to win a game when the population only knows half the rules. So, yeah, Trump derangement syndrome, literally fucking crazy.
Candidate, right? Yeah, you know, the party name might indicate that. And look, I might get myself in trouble with this comment, but let's be real. Both of these candidates are big government socialists. It just depends how far on the spectrum.
I mean, yeah, Canada's is like baby China. It is way too socialist for my taste. Dude, I pay over 50% taxes in Canada. Well, I did pay. Not anymore. We move in America, baby. It's happening. It's over. No more Canada, bro. I'm sorry. I tried. It was a good run. I appreciate you guys. The snow was nice. Not anymore.
At the end of the day, all these Canadian politicians believe in the same centralized nanny state garbage. Even the conservative candidate's a total big government socialist.
He's not even super wrong about that. The craziest part is, Canada is so brainwashed that Canada is the best place in the world, right? It's like Canada, where there's no violence because no one's allowed to have guns. And everyone's like, wow, he's so right about that. And it's like, yeah, sort of. I mean, whatever.
Like every other Canadian politician, it's the same big government socialist crap that you see from every other globalist loser in the West. He just believes in...
Oh yeah, good news. There's free healthcare in Canada. Bad news. The appointment to get an MRI is in a year and 2 months.
Slightly lower taxes, so I guess he's a conservative now. What a complete joke that is. The reality is they're both socialist clowns who both seem to be playing the exact same game. And the cringe part is it is
pretty wild. Like, as much as I prefer Pierre over Carney, and I prefer him a lot. Like, a lot, man. It's not even close. Even he is too left. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's the left wing and the lefter wing, bro. And this dude's brain completely left the building.
A losing game. The strategy of posturing against Donald Trump. I mean, it's been mind-boggling to me to watch both of these idiots drive their country off a frickin' cliff.
He's not wrong. But you have to realize, from the perspective of a Canadian, and I know this is like, it's so hard to hear, but from the perspective of a Canadian where Canada is nice, Canada is good, Canada does great things, wonderful things for everyone. Canada's good and kind. Hell yeah. And then America came with their guns and their swear words and their rudeness. And you know what they did? They tariffed us unjustly. They tried to take advantage of us, poor little baby Canadians, who've never done anything wrong. That's the perspective of your average fucking guy in Canada. I'm not making fun of Canadians. I'm Canadian, okay? But that is the perspective of the average dude. So, like, when they think only the Avatar, master of all four elements, can save them, you know what? They're gonna end up with people that need to talk to them like they're babies.
Just to stick it to Trump. And especially to see the conservative candidate fully embrace that strategy as if that's the only path.
And I think that's a huge L. I think that not all Canadians are obviously this brain rotted. I think there are so many Canadians that are so frustrated that this shit is happening. There are so many Canadians that are so wildly frustrated and would love if there was a more normal party. But yeah, it's so far gone in the media especially.
To victory. Meanwhile, he completely tanked a 25-point lead in the polls. This guy was up 25 points a couple months ago.
I mean, you know why he tanked it though? He tanked it because Trudeau quit, replaced himself with this guy, and this guy came out guns blazing anti-Trump. And that is the only reason why this guy shot up. Because the audience in Canada was so captured by Trump tariffs bad, Trump treating Canada bad, 51st state bad, China good. Because of that, this dude rocketed up.
And now some polls have him down 10 to 15. Yeah, it certainly seems like the strategy's working. I'm telling you, Trump derangement syndrome seems to rule the day. Instead of leaning in, instead of positioning Canada for strategic cooperation with the United States, it's exactly like I said, it's just a pissing contest to see who can be the most anti-Trump. The level of delusion is staggering, especially hearing all this talk of trying to off-ramp from US trade dependence. We got this Mark Carney clown talking about how the US-Canada relationship is essentially over.
He's such a fucking idiot. It's unbelievable. First of all, I agree with Pierre that Canada should focus on building their own shit. I fully support that. But dude, Carney, you really want to become the leader of the free world, bro? Really? And it's posturing. It is peacocking. This dude goes up, he takes the mic, and he's like, Canada will take the place of America as the leader of the free world. Everyone will follow Canada into this battle. Bro! You're 4 Eskimos and 2 police officers on horses. No one's following you anywhere. It's cold.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over.
Their finance minister.
That's why he shot up in the polls, by the way, because Canadians were like, yeah, Trump fascist bad. This guy'll stand up to him. Damn, he speaks a big game, doesn't he? And it's so sad.
Minister echoed the exact same thing. I showed you guys this headline in a previous video. The US-Canada relationship will never be the same. And you got the concern.
Such a bitching, like, philosophy. Like, wake up. This is life. This is what's happening. Make the most of it. Don't just sit there and complain and whine.
Conservative candidate talking about pivoting, essentially replacing the United States as a trading partner with Europe, as if that's some sort of genius master strategy. Yeah, as a conservative, allying yourself with big government globalist Europe, the same people who don't believe in free markets or free speech. Great idea. It's the most delusional, ignorant, self-sabotaging nonsense I think I've ever witnessed. And oh boy, the paper tiger delusions, the delusions of grandeur. The current unelected Canadian Prime Minister just said this.
Yep.
Canada is ready to take a leadership role in building a coalition of like-minded countries.
Every time I see this fucking clip, it makes me cry. What do you mean leadership role? Who's following you to the death, bro?
Who share our values.
It's all posturing. It is all posturing, virtue signaling, peacocking. There is nothing behind his words, and people eat it up.
We believe
How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore?
in international cooperation. We believe in the free and open exchange of goods, services, and ideas. And if the United States no longer wants to lead, Canada will.
If the United States doesn't want to lead, then we will.
Wow, he's so brave. He'll take up the mantle. He will take the responsibility.
Buddy, Texas alone has a greater GDP than the entire country of Canada.
Oh my God. No way Macron's wife is gonna be spitting like that. There's no way. It's 51st state, man. Do it. Take it or leave it.
You're not leading anything. The only thing these people are doing is leading Canada off a freaking cliff.
Yep.
I mean, the numbers aren't lying. What's Canada's reward for all of this chest thumping? Womp, womp, womp.
Oh no, they lost 33,000 jobs in March? That's awkward. Hey, I know what you could do, Carney. You could just bring in 33,000 immigrants to take those jobs. That'll do it. That'll help the fucking housing market.
They just lost 33,000 jobs in March, in a month.
Canada out there literally trying their absolute best to destroy the country speedrun. Hell yeah, keep cooking. You got this, brother.
In a country of 40 million. That's the
Dude, I love Canada. I love the people in Canada. Canada's great. I like values. A lot of Canadians really are polite. But come on, guys, for real, what is happening?
Equivalent of America losing over 300,000 jobs in a single month.
Dude, America's gonna go conquest on Mark Carney, bro.
We're talking economic collapse numbers. And this is happening in a country that's pretty much already at the bottom of the G7. OECD predicts Canada will be the worst performing advanced economy over the next decade, and the 3 decades after that.
Yeah, crazy how that happened.
In no position to be leading anything, and certainly in no position to be sabotaging.
Long ago, when the Orange Nation was our bitch, the 4 nations lived together in harmony. And then everything changed when the Orange Nation attacked. Only the fucking Mark Carney, master of all 4 tariffs, could stop them, but when the world needed it most.
Their trade relationship with the most powerful economy on earth that Canada is literally dependent on. Over 70% of their exports go straight to America.
I told you, bro, not only is America the biggest consumerist economy on the planet, but it's by far the biggest consumerist economy of Canada. Dude, you don't understand. Every successful, okay, I'm gonna shock you. Every successful businessman in Canada makes their money in America. I'm not even kidding. I am not even joking, okay? I know people in Canada that make their money in America. They do that on purpose. Dude, I'll even take this a step further. I know a guy in Canada that's an accountant, okay? That's not even like a businessman. He's an accountant. He is an accountant for Americans. He's Canadian, okay? He's in Canada for weekends. He flies to Florida to work there for the week, and he flies back to Canada. I'm not even joking, man. I'm not even kidding.
Not to mention national security dependence. Canada barely has a military, because why spend money on military?
Yeah, America will do it for you. Why do I need a military if America's gonna protect me? What a waste of money, am I right, guys?
When America's your neighbor and you...
Bro! I have 4 policemen on horseback. They're all named Pierre.
Just assume that they're going to protect you. It's absolutely wild. Totally subsidized by the American economy. Yet Canada hates Trump and hates America. Explain to me exactly how that works. I mean, speak about unappreciative. It's honestly, I think,
Squeeze and thank you, Zelenskyy.
the most wild, concentrated case of mass Trump derangement syndrome ever recorded.
Honestly, it just goes to show how powerful propaganda is, because it's purely driven on the propaganda of the news. Most Canadians don't know that Canada has tariffs on America. Most Canadians are operating right now on the idea that Trump is out there for blood. He is gonna fucking manipulate and backstab Canada, and he's gonna try to steal their land. That is going through the head of your average Canadian dude that just doesn't really follow American news. So from their perspective, Carney is actually standing up against a carnivore.
We're talking mass psychosis. And obviously these politicians are playing some cynical electoral game, just attempting to appeal to this hatred of America.
That's exactly right. That is exactly what they're doing.
Donald Trump. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it, but it's also not exactly surprising. I mean, what do you expect from a voting population that was convinced by their previous prime minister that they would get more money in return?
Oh no, oh, he's gonna bring up immigration. I know what's happening.
From paying a freaking gas tax.
For 5 years now, the liberal Canadians have been trying to convince like us normal people that paying a carbon tax means we save money. And
yeah, they try, bro. They try.
if you're like, how does paying a tax save you money? It doesn't. It literally doesn't. So because we're going into an election, Mark Carney decided to take that like carbon tax away just for us consumers. And already like the prices at the pumps have decreased by 20 to 40 cents a liter across.
And now, of course, everyone thinks, wow, Mark Carney is so good. He lowered the prices that his party artificially inflated.
The country, and now they're bragging online that they're saving Canadians money. Honestly, this cannot be a real country and these cannot be real people. Like, our policies are already hard at work. Gas prices are already coming down and we're putting more money back in.
It's so bullshit. They made the problem and they're solving the problem that they made, man.
Canadians' pockets? Like,
it's gotta be the dumbest, most...
Oh my god. It's not the dumbest, okay? This is the dumbest.
Is the love that's going to change the future of mankind. So we'd like you to look
we like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Yeah.
More inclusive.
There we go, exactly. Yes, thank
This is the Prime Minister, or it was the Prime Minister of Canada, the Prince of Woke, Justin Trudeau. What are you gonna do, man? Like, you lost. You lost the plot, bro. It's over. You're cooked. Oh my god.
Most propagandized voting population on planet frickin' Earth.
I think so too. How do they not realize at this point that the mass immigration is not good for the housing market? Like, can I tell you, if you want me to give you an analogy? All right, this is gonna make people mad, but I'm gonna do it anyway, unfortunately. I just have to. And let me teach you how powerful propaganda is in Canada, okay? So, you ready? Here, you have 3 people, okay? All right, you have 3 people. However, unfortunately, there are only 2 houses. What do you think the solution to this equation is? Now, obviously, there's an issue when it comes to the housing market. How do you solve this problem with 3 people and only 2 houses? Now, you probably think the solution is murder. No, I'm kidding. The solution is building a 3rd house. No, well, that's not the answer. Nope, roommates? No, you're wrong. Any other guesses in chat what the answer is to the solution? Well, it's simple. You just import 2 people to build the house. You just get 2 immigrants you import them into the country and they'll build the house. Now, you're probably wondering, now there's 5 people for 3 houses. Well, you need 2 more houses. So what are you gonna do? What's the solution? Roommates? Nope. Any other guesses? Well, you need 2 houses and it takes 2 people to build a house. So we're gonna need to bring in 4 people. This is just what we're gonna need to do. And they're gonna build another house. Now you're probably noticing a problem. You're probably recognizing something pretty fucked up. You see, now there are 9 people and there are only 4 houses. They need 5 more houses. What do you think the solution to that shit is? Well, it's bringing more people, obviously. That is how Canada has been trying to handle the housing market. Houses in Toronto are Manhattan prices because they brought in thousands of people to build houses and they need houses, so they bring in more people to build more houses. Dude, Canada is so cooked. It is so cooked, bro. The housing market is unlivable. You cannot buy a house in Canada. Like, it's wild.
And I know there's a lot of talk of Canada becoming the 51st state.
And if you don't want to bring in the people, well, then you're just racist.
Take America ever made. Anyway.
Oh my God, can you imagine Canadians getting actual congressional representation? Yeah, that would be wild. Anyway,
that's pretty much what I got for you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Canada 120% cooked. They're literally arms racing down the fucking runway to see who could destroy the country faster. They're trying their best to hate Trump in every possible way, and that is essentially literally everything that they're doing. It's pretty great. It's pretty awesome. I love it. Hell yeah. Endless content. Come on, Canada. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Hope I didn't make too many people angry. If I did, lol. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.